plug in.
I don't want to knock your water over.
Get that out of the way. Not yet.
Let's start with this board is from here to here. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Take this long.
There we go. A little more. Give you enough cord to hang yourself with. There you go. All right. There's the other. If your other house person shows up.
I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. See, Chip and Dine. I saw you all drop. I'm like, little pracky. My inner steady. I'm like,
Nothing yet.
All right.
this game's the last game. And then one of those games I think I gotta coach. Oh, yeah, what time you playing? You know, and it's funny because I looked at the schedule last night and I'm like, I don't be here at 12:45. And then they said to be here for pictures or something at 10:30. Oh, at 10, yeah. That never happened. So, I don't care.
I guess maybe we just won't do rosters.
Yeah, not right away. Let's focus on the skaters we know at this point until we get a roster.
They gave me from yesterday.
Yeah, same. We
Kinda.
We haven't gotten a new one.
So here's this one.
No idea. I mean, technically like 2 minutes according to my watch, but I don't know. According to that, it's gone away. I have no idea.
I think they're working on it.
Yeah, I think we're clearly not ready yet.
We have nothing. Oh, you know what? I called Wisconsin. They're on track ready to rock.
They don't know that we're
Like, we gotta go home.
At this point, I am here for the whole day, so it's like
Oh, yeah.
they'll get to it when they get to it.
My rides are on this team, but we were leaving as soon as this game is done. None of us can
I'll
leave
say
until
you
it's
can see
done.
some headphones just being like,
Yeah.
oh, hammer's out.
I'm out of here. Done.
Look what's coming. Oh,
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
That's pretty great.
I did get a couple of the bumper stickers. I'm gonna scooch right past you. Yeah.
Classic.
are you good with that? Here, our chickens.
Do we only have one to share?
I'll write it down real quick. I don't know why we don't have two. We usually get two.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
I don't know what's happening today.
Jesus.
Yeah, we could use at least one more. That would be awesome. So we're going off a whole stretch.
All right.
Okay, I guess we're here.
Yeah.
Hey, good morning. This is Hannah Abby.
Yeah, I am Biff Mix-a-Lot, and we are just starting day number 3 of Mitten Kittens mashup number 10. This is track number 2. We have a state game between Ohio and Wisconsin. The Ohio jammer is number 777, Devious. She is out quickly and lead. So blockers reassembling around the pivot line.
It is definitely Sunday morning of a tournament. Biff.
Yes.
We are flying by the seat of our pants over here.
Well, yes. There's definitely a unique feeling assorted with the start of day 3 of a tournament. Everybody's been here 2 days. So Devious picks up 4 points, calls the jam. That'll give Ohio the first points that came in the first lead, 4-0. All right. Jam number 2 lining up.
My mouth will start working in a moment.
Yeah,
I promise.
that's all
We'll
right.
get there. But that is Dalek
It's
jamming
still
for
early. Yeah,
Dalek
go.
jamming for Wisconsin. Sorry.
All right, no
We'll
problem.
figure out the flow here.
Okay.
But-
that is number 143, Buda Chris.
Thank you.
Lead jammer for Ohio. So, Back reassembles around the pivot line. Bruda Chris spins into the pack, hands to hips, ends the jam. 1 point to Ohio, no points for Wisconsin. 2 jams in, Ohio leading by 5-0. That'll be Deja Boom coming to the jammer line for Ohio. Each team with a full set of blockers on the track to start the jam, and we have an official review.
Wow, that was a very quick Andy Barone.
Yeah, that's he is
getting to work right away this morning.
The official review is Andy's specialty. So
Yep. It's curious to do it this quickly,
Yeah.
but I wonder
Thank
if perhaps something logistical or technical. Oh, hey, we've got rosters.
we have a roster. Yeah.
Right.
All right.
So my brain can click into gear now. I mean, I do know some of these skaters, but
Right.
this is helpful. Well, we've got a minute. Do you want to just run down the rosters
Might as
real
well.
quick?
All right.
Take us through Ohio.
Okay. Number 10, Family Jewels. Number 143, Bruda Chris. Number 1776, Busty St. Clair. Number 216, Defiant Tyrant. Number 256, Decrypt. Number 3, Betty TKO. Number 33, Deja Boom. Number 4, Coco Sparks. Number 42, Indomitus Hex. Number 429, Carmina Piranha. Number 45, Halo Chick. Number 47, Jess Crazy. Number 77, Maiden Hell. Number 777, Devious. And number 988, Maloik.
And for the Wisconsin team today, we have number 007, Madam Mim. Number 18, the Euthanizer. 270, Slyanide. 28, Tenacious B. 32 is Dalek. 40 is Banana Ramya. 44 is Tiantina. 48, Madtown. 50, Just the Hip. 5388 is Dark Horse. 56, Frau Kapow. 614, Karma Suture. 7205 is Star Slammer. 847 is Hello Sailor. 99, Lollipopia, and 26 is Germs. And Biff, we hearing about the official review?
Yes, we did have an official review. Ohio requested a change in the scoring. They wanted 3 points. The referees did not see enough to corroborate that assertion on the part of Team Ohio. So Team Ohio loses their official review for the first half in jam number 2.
Right away.
Dang. So we have Deja Boom to the jammer line for Ohio. Wisconsin jammer making the most forward progress. Ohio skating in red, Wisconsin in white with the black trim. And Deja Boom first out of the pack and lead jammer for Ohio.
That's
Jamming.
Star Slammer
Yeah.
jamming for
Okay.
Wisconsin. And the pivot for Madison. Madtown will pick up a penalty and head to the box. Star Slammer now stashing the star, trying to make the initial pass with the helmet cover in their hand. Both packs lined up between turns 1 and 2 now as Ohio's jammer comes around on a scoring pass, meets Fierce Resistance. That's going to be Just the Hip and Slyanide and Hello Sailor. A nice strong tripod formation, making this very difficult on the pass.
Now we got Maloik holding down the pack at the front for Ohio, along with number 216, Defiant Tyrant. Carmina Piranha lending a hand there. And Deja Boom picking up a track cut penalty.
That means this jam will go the full 2 minutes.
Yeah, Wisconsin, first power jam of the game. For number 7205, Star Slammer.
They're going to put the helmet cover back on, getting recycled back around almost into turn 1. Behind, that is 0420, so I'm guessing I
believe that's Carmina
Piranha.
Piranha.
The number
Yeah.
makes sense. It sounds like 04 Tuna.
You know, I hadn't quite thought of it that way, but it makes infinitely more sense now.
My brain, it's working.
Yeah. All right, penalty to Deja Boom is expired. And she gets immediately planted to the infield by number 847. That is
Hello, Sailor.
Close. Veteran skater from Madison, I believe.
Correct.
Feel free to correct me on that.
Nope, you are absolutely right.
All right. So jam ends. Ohio gets 3 points despite conceding the power jam, and they lead now 8-0. Devious will return to the jammer line for Ohio. Ohio played the last game on this track last night. That wrapped up right around 10 p.m. Hopefully they got a decent night's sleep.
Oh, yeah, that is
Tedious.
a quick turnaround.
Yeah. Yeah, usually, you win a game, you get to sleep in a little bit. but
No rewards like that at a tournament.
No, not this time anyway. So Devious meeting.
Can't see the number
Yep,
yet, but it is
yeah.
Devious with lead for Ohio as the Wisconsin Jammer is still stuck in the back behind a powerful tripod. That is going to be that is 007, Madam Mim. Out now on initial pass.
Devious picks up 4 points. Back reassembling, and we lose a little bit of a nano pack situation. Wisconsin with 3, Ohio with 2.
That's definitely bordering on nano pack.
Yeah.
And it's going to be the first 4 points of the game for Wisconsin, though, as Madam Mim is around on a scoring pass.
So Devious forced to recycle from the ref lane. Finds a fairly easy path through, picks up another 4 points.
And there's the order to call, but it looks like, Mim's going to sneak into 3 points. So an 8-7, I believe, in favor of Ohio on that.
So yeah, that's kids watching at home. That's your lesson to skate through the 4th whistle.
Heck yeah.
Okay, crouching blockers hitting jammers from our vantage point at the announcer table.
Yeah, that's what it's been all weekend.
Yeah. So that is, I believe, Betty TKO with the jammer star, but she picked up a forearm penalty. That's going to put Wisconsin on the power jam again. So 2 jammer penalties, Ohio. Jammer for Wisconsin is number 44, TN Tina. She is lead, and she has a power jam.
This will be Wisconsin's first lead of the game as we are in Jam 5.
TN Tina meets a 2-wall in the front, splits that, gets through, picks up 4 points. And blocking reinforcements arriving from the penalty box in the person of number 18. That is the Euthanizer.
That is a intense name.
It is, yeah. Maybe a little early in the morning for that. TN Tina picks up another 4 points. Still circulating in the power jam. Penalty to Betty TKO is expired. And she has completed an initial pass.
TNT is going to call that. TNT is going to call that off, though, with an additional 3 points for Wisconsin. That's going to bring them to 11 on the jam.
And we have a lead change.
Hey.
16 for Ohio, 18 for Wisconsin.
It's good. That's a little bit of that momentum they needed as a kind of a slow start for Wisconsin. Keep things from running away from them too quick here.
Yeah. So that's making it a nice close game. We'll see as time goes on here.
That's going to be Dark Horse jamming for Wisconsin. And can't see the number yet for Ohio. Biff, what
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. It's
4? I
4.
think it's
That
4.
might be Coco Sparks.
You are correct. I believe that's Coco's first jam of the game, but it is going to be Dark Horse through with lead for Wisconsin.
Yeah, Coco Sparks wedged into the infield. She absorbs a hit from number 28. That is Tenacious B for Wisconsin.
And that is going to be a penalty on the Ohio Jammers. So Dark Horse now on a power jam for Wisconsin gets the first 4-point pass.
So 2 power jams in a row here for Team Wisconsin. So Dark Horse into the pack. First to the inside, then looking to the outside, but she breaks that pack apart. Ohio picking up a multiplayer blocking penalty there.
Dark Horse, one of the top scoring jammers for Madison Roller Derby, so a force to be reckoned with on the track here, in a power jam situation in particular.
So Dark Horse fights her way through for another 4 points. 12 on the jam so far for Wisconsin.
That's going to become the highest scoring jam for Wisconsin so far, though the game has just started. Just very proud of the mediocre
good.
stats I've been keeping right here, and I want to show them off.
We try to, like I said, it's like, hey, just we're doing the best we can do.
That's another 4-point pass for Dark Horse, as Karma Suture is going to recycle Coco Sparks back into the far straightaway. She's going to have to start again, but the Wisconsin blockers are a little strung out. do a good job of reabsorbing her into the pack here, though. And meanwhile, Dark Horse through for another 4 points. This is a huge jam for Wisconsin. And that jam will come to its conclusion with 20 points for Dark Horse, none for Ohio, and opening up a little bit of a lead, Wisconsin with 38 to Ohio's 16.
So Ohio coming in off a victory last night against Team Maryland.
And Wisconsin, I believe, played Michigan, a really close game, but they did fall to Michigan in the end.
And that'll bring Devious back to the jammer line. Wisconsin with a 4-on-2 pack advantage.
And that's Dalek jamming for Wisconsin.
Terminate.
Devious
Shit,
threw
yeah.
up the middle line there, found a little bit of a daylight, and that's going to be lead for Ohio.
Yeah, Dalek unable to exterminate Devious on that jam. So Devious into the pack, calls the jam frantically.
That was emphatic.
That was 2 points to Ohio, no points to Wisconsin. So that briefly stems the bleeding for Team Ohio.
I'm always curious who gets the Dalek reference and who doesn't, because it really depends on how people pronounce it. I can always tell right away.
Yeah. That's a good way, to ingratiate yourself to a derby skater.
Oh, yeah.
You get the pop culture reference they're going for.
Yep. You look at Star Slammer again with the star for Wisconsin,
And that's, I believe that is Brita Chris.
yeah, I think you're right.
Halo Chick holding down the front of the pack along with number 42. That is Indomitus Hex.
Oh, and a couple of penalties happening at once
Oh,
there.
a jammer penalty to Ohio.
Yep.
Another power jam for Team Wisconsin.
And lead for Star Slammer. Yeah, this is an unfortunate pattern early in the game for Ohio. Just a lot of jammer penalties, and that's really the reason we're seeing this point differential stack up here. Nice move to the outside, past the pack, and turn 2 gets Star Slammer the first 4 points of the jam.
Yeah, the pack had gotten a bit strung out. I think Wisconsin was trying to goat number 47, Just Crazy. That strung things out for the Wisconsin jammer.
All right, the jammer is back on the track for Ohio.
Brita Chris's penalty is expired. She comes immediately together with a Wisconsin blocker and picks up a back block penalty. So 2 jammer penalties in this jam for Ohio.
I was a jammer for 10 years. I can never be happy to see jammer penalties. It's a hard thing. It happens.
Right.
It's a hard thing.
All right. Jam ends. 4 more points for Wisconsin.
So that'll be 12 on the jam for Star Slammer. So bringing Wisconsin to 50. Ohio still stuck at 18. Just wrangling penalty issues right now. And I believe that is a timeout being called by Ohio.
That is a team timeout for Ohio. They do not, like I said, they used their official review, jam number 2.
Should we be referring to them as the Ohio? I don't know. I feel like that's, they're going to get mad at us. I don't know.
They're not going to get mad at us until after we're home. So
Yeah, after they listen to
will
this
get
later?
to see the game. Yeah.
I kid.
Yeah. Just on a side note, every state in the state bracket of the tournament this weekend is a Big Ten school. So,
Yeah, we were
very
talking about
big,
even
10, 12, 14,
even
16.
Maryland?
Yeah, even
I don't,
Maryland.
I don't pay attention to these things, so I'm learning.
Yeah.
Do you think that was intentional? Just to throw them
I
the
don't
Big Ten
think
here,
so.
or
I mean,
just
I've learned that
geographically how it worked out?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's all the Midwest. Maryland showed enough interest to come, so props to them for making the long trip from the Eastern Seaboard. This is the prelude to Skate Wars 2024 coming up here in September of next year.
Yeah, that's going to be an exciting tournament. All right, the timeout has come to its end. A nice running start here for Madam Mim on Wisconsin with the power start. Wisconsin doing a good job of moving Ohio's pack, getting them spread apart between turn 1 and 2, but a final blocker giving some good hassle there as Betty TKO.
Betty TKO doing double duty as a blocker and a jammer here. Carmina Pirana picked up a penalty at the immediate start of that jam for a false start.
A false start, not automatically a penalty unless you don't yield.
Right.
For the
That
false
is
start.
what happened there.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
So Madam Mim picks up 4 points.
It's going to be a forearm call on Wisconsin's pivot. They've lost 2 blockers now to the box in short succession, so a little bit of penalty trouble for Wisconsin's blockers as Madam Mim is around for a scoring pass, and Ohio's jammer back on the track now too, and through for 4 points. Very quickly.
So Britta Chris picking up 4 points for Ohio.
Looking for some redemption after a tricky last jam. Mim
And Britta
really
Chris absorbs the big hit from Germs.
And Madam Mim still stuck behind this pack of Ohio players. Gets the just call it off at this point. We're
Right.
bleeding too many points, but did pick up 3 before that ended. For a
But
total
that still
7.
ended up an 8-7 jam
Yeah.
in favor of Ohio.
Unsurprisingly, you know, the same thing I always say. Teams are fairly evenly matched. It often comes down to penalties, and I
Right,
think that's what we're seeing
right.
happen. The fortunes turn on penalties right now.
Indeed. Well, I mean, jammer penalties, maybe be the most drastic
Yeah.
and obvious, but you pick up a lot of blocker penalties. That's death by 1,000 paper cuts. 'Cause those are free
Absolutely.
penalties free points to the jammers. Tientina through, picks up lead. Devious the jammer for Ohio. Very intense jammer for Ohio.
Yeah, great speed,
She
great
is,
burst
yeah.
speed here into the pack, but getting held up, it looks like, by the euthanizer, and can't see the other two. Whoa, gets pushed through, stays on her feet just barely.
Oh,
And then to,
just
wow.
absorbed a huge hit.
Wow. That was some moves from both the blockers and from the jammer there. Like, I'm at a loss for
that's-
words. That was a lot. It
Yeah,
was amazing.
Tenacious B delivered the big hit on her. You could almost feel the earth tilt off its axis when they came together. Tientina. Oh, that's
forearm call on
Yeah.
Tientina.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you there.
Yeah, that's
so
okay.
excited.
And Ohio, they passed the jammer star to number 607, Gorgeous Curves. Veteran skater came up in the Ohio roller derby system in Columbus. Skater for Gang Green.
So
And the
power-
Ohio All-Stars.
Oh, yeah. Power jam now to Ohio. Does battle through pretty quickly for 4 points for Ohio. Ohio looking to make up this deficit here. And the power jam will come to the end, though, as Tientina rejoins the track.
Wisconsin holding down the front of the pack. See some whistles. And Devious picking up the penalty as not a power jam. She has handed off the jammer star. Gorgeous Curve still stuck at the rear of the pack. Ohio holding down the front as the jam times out. 2 more points for Ohio, no additional points for Wisconsin. Still a 12-6 jam in favor of Wisconsin. They lead 69-32.
Nice. I'll be here all night.
Yep.
And psych, it's going to be a timeout. Looks like an official timeout. Having a little conversation to sort out some logistics at the NSO
Okay,
table here. So
speaking of our officials, our skating
Yeah.
officials,
we got to thank
BB
them.
Boom, Sam Antics, Baconator, Technical Difficulty, Most Ref, Cornholio, and Pete Colas. Our non-skating officials this morning, Bona, Cheeks, Luscious Malfoy, Sawa, Ellie, Turn 2, Hope, Glitter, and Bobbin.
I see these names over and over and over. We talk about the skaters staying multiple games in a weekend in
Yeah,
that tournament, but the NSOs and refs are skating
Yes.
so much.
Yes.
And skating and or, officiating just generally so much. And I think my brain would just be scrambled with numbers and logistics pretty quickly doing
Yeah.
that. So I'm impressed, I'm appreciative.
It was this is like the first 3-day tournament I've done since the
before
four
times.
times. Yeah, I definitely feel the numbers and logistics phase of it right now.
Yes, yeah. Oh, this stuff. This again.
Yeah.
Trying to remember how
Now,
to do
how many
all
games
this.
do I have again?
What's happening?
Uh-oh.
Schedule changes, especially because a bracket tournament, not knowing who's going to be playing when. And
Right.
Let's go back to Team Wisconsin, how they are up 61-32.
oh, we've lost some points on the board for Wisconsin all of a sudden. I'm not
Oh,
that
they only got 4 on that last jam.
So it's at 61-32 over Ohio right now. So I'm
Okay.
guessing that's the
So-
official timeout was to sort that out.
Not quite so nice.
Not yet,
All right, but yeah. We're not there yet.
alas. That's good though. You don't want to give away free points. You gotta earn those
Right.
the old-fashioned way.
Thanks to the sharp eyes of Andy Marone, I'm sure that we.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if it wasn't Andy, but maybe the refs noticed on their own.
Yeah.
I'll give them credit too.
Well, like I said, he's out of. He doesn't have an official review at this point, so.
Yep. But that's something the refs want to correct right away, and they have
Right.
to do it right after the jam. I think at some point, if
Yeah.
another jam happens, you just
Right.
it is what it is.
Then it's just
That's
frozen at that
that's it.
point.
It's done. We are still in official review. I think they renewed the official review now to figure out probably the clock. Yep, they're gonna turn back time, as Cher would say, and add a little bit of time back onto the clock. Quite a lot of time onto the clock. We're gonna go back up into the 12 minutes.
They have found a way.
If I could turn back time. We figured out how to do that at Derby.
Yes.
This has been my unintentional goal this weekend, apparently, is to sing on the mic for
Okay.
every game at some point,
All right.
for good or for ill.
Well,
so
hey,
there you go.
Got to lighten things up, especially the first game Sunday morning.
First game Sunday morning, long time out.
Yeah.
What else do you expect from me?
Yeah. One thing that definitely happened to me a lot at tournaments is I would draw the first game on Saturday morning and Sunday morning.
Oh, you're a trooper, Biff.
Yeah.
I've
Curse of reliability, I think that's called.
Yep, someone they know will show up to do it.
Right.
I've definitely had a few of those gigs myself. Here I am.
Right.
But you're very good at it. And you're
Yeah.
you're coherent in the morning, which is also important. So at the end of this game, we will be giving out both an MVP and a
MVP,
best jam
yeah.
or best
Yeah.
jammer.
The Cucci Family Farms Jam of the Game.
I love it. And they
Yeah.
get an actual
Yeah,
jar
you get
of jam.
a jar of jam.
It's so wholesome.
It's
And
this
honestly,
is almost Wisconsin-like in wholesomeness.
yeah, we brought the vibes. I love it, and I love an award that you can eat. Like you don't want to
Yeah.
just add more tchotchkes.
It doesn't
necessarily.
just collect dust.
Yeah. And the MVP will get the Rollerbones set of wheels here, which is
Yeah.
a really nice.
Yeah, all the state games they've gotten
award.
the most valuable skater has gotten a set of wheels, and I think for the league games they're getting a set of bearings.
Bearings.
for
So, yeah, Rollerbones reds. So.
Great stuff.
Thanks to our sponsors for hooking that up. All right, I heard the rolling whistle, so I think we are back to roller derby on the track. Now, yep, the score is set at 61. Wisconsin, Ohio 32. We're back up to 12 minutes and 47 seconds. So,
And I believe that's Betty TKO, the jammer star for Ohio.
and that is Dark Horse for Wisconsin. And Dark Horse does have lead out of turn one.
Dark Horse has been busy between Team Wisconsin and the Mad Rolling Dolls.
Madison roller derby now. by the
Excuse
way.
me,
That's
sorry.
all right. Just gotta.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that's,
PR manager here. I got to do
Okay,
my
okay.
job.
I don't want you to get in trouble for that. I don't want to get in trouble for
Historically, the Mad Rolling Dolls, absolutely,
Right,
but we did
right.
change our name a few years ago.
that. Yeah, that
Oh,
was,
nice little Hapex hop there by
Yeah.
you said it's Betty TKO. Am I right?
Yeah, Betty TKO.
Picks up 4 points.
That was like the first non-Glass City piece of Derby merch I purchased was for Madison.
Excellent.
2010 championships.
Nice.
There's a line out the door for the Moo B Get Out the Way t-shirts.
Yeah, those still sell very well.
And in roller derby, it just works.
It does. It does. It's one of those things that's like it's kind of almost hard to wear it anywhere else,
Yeah.
but you still want to
Because
get
a
it.
lot of folks on the outside just don't get the joke.
No, they're like, I don't. Why are you
No.
swearing at me?
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
cow? I don't.
Yeah. So,
Multiplayer.
Horse.
Yep.
Finally stretches Ohio to the breaking point, picking up 4 points.
Madison sitting at 12 in the jam now. Ohio with 4, but Betty TKO working her way through the pack. Oh, what?
Oh, a little apex hop for Betty TKO. She
That was a
picks up 4.
Straightaway hop.
Yeah,
Gotta give her
that's great track awareness on her part to know exactly where the track boundary is and where her toe stops are.
I was close. I watched that very closely with my eyes, and I'm impressed because
Yeah.
if her wheels had come down, she would have been out. But it was just her toe
Yeah.
straps.
And the one unique perspective we have from our vantage point as the announcers, we can see the outside track boundary very clearly, and we can see when the jammers are right on the cusp of going over that line.
Yep. So another 20-point jam for Dark Horse. I think that's her second of the game. 12 points for Betty TKO in Ohio. So Wisconsin now at 81 to Ohio's 44. We got 10 minutes and a half in the first half.
Time flies when we're having fun.
Absolutely.
Dark Horse has decided she wants the jam.
That's going to be Dalek jamming for Wisconsin, and that jammer.
That is, I believe that is Deja Vu.
Thank you.
Dalek exterminated into the rough lane. Deja Boom is lead jammer for Ohio. And Dalek is through.
Deja Boom has broken a dry spell for lead calls for Ohio. Ooh.
And
1 point for Ohio before the call off.
yeah,
Every point counts.
that's right. Yeah, this is not an insurmountable margin for Ohio.
No, not at all.
And Devious back to the jammer line for Ohio.
That is Star Slammer for Wisconsin. This is a real test of my face recognition and
Yeah, it is.
uniform recognition
Yeah.
since I can't see any numbers. Just gotta memorize.
Yeah, that's become very necessary this weekend. It helps if you've seen a team a couple of times, you
Yeah.
start to recognize the faces,
Yep.
the hairstyles are a giveaway,
Skates sometimes.
Yep.
The skates.
and some prefer shorts, some prefer tights. Star Slammer
Oh.
held up and Coco Sparks does a pretty good job as a jammer and a blocker. She held up Star Slammer long enough for Devious to pick up lead status for Ohio.
Yeah, they were. Wisconsin was playing some nice offense and getting things moving, but Devious found an opening on the inside and just sort of flew through all of a sudden to pick up lead. He's now on a scoring pass as we're in the far straightaway beginning. Recycled back by Tenacious B. He's going to have to start again between turns 1 and 2.
Tenacious B did a nice job kind of nudging Devious into the infield forcibly. Devious calls the jam.
Yeah, I think that may have been. So I think Star Slammer was still on an initial, and I'm not sure that Devious knew that. But that happens.
That does.
happens.
So a 4-0 jam for Ohio. They trail 49 to 81. 8 minutes remaining in the first half. I believe that's Bruta Chris jamming for Ohio.
And I think that is Madam Mim for Wisconsin. So I keep hearing the house
Yeah.
announcers, which I'm sure you can probably
Yeah.
hear a little bit through the mics here. And they're talking about Muppet Treasure Island. I have no idea why, but
Yeah,
delighted.
that's the second half of a conversation that you're dying to know the first half of. Madam Mim breaks apart the tripod of Ohio blockers, but she picks up lead status.
Got recycled, but
Yeah.
some of the blockers had gone out with her, but she went all the way back and is now stuck in the
there
back
were
again.
whistles of confusion there for Madam Mim, but
Oh,
nope.
whistles of confusion mean a penalty.
Yeah. She
a-
initially thought that one was on her, but no, this is a back block. And that's got to put Ohio in the power jam.
Yeah, power jam, but I don't think we're going to have a lead jammer because Madam Mim did have lead at that point.
This is going to go 2 minutes.
The full 2 minutes. And
We're getting our money's worth out of this one. Bruta
Promise-
Chris recycled into turn 2. Coco Sparks rejoins the action from the penalty box.
It's a formidable pack, Wisconsin out there. I know the
Yeah.
Cyanide, Hello Sailor, Just the Hip, and Karma Suture. They're going to make this very difficult for Bruticus, but the power jam comes to an end. Madam Mim back on the track now, and I don't believe Bruticus has been able to make a full scoring pass in that time.
Yeah.
He's probably gotten past some hips, but
Yep.
keeps getting recycled back.
But Madam Mim now gets met by a tripod of 3 blockers, gets past the last of them, including number 77. That is Maiden Hell.
Oh, and a big
That's an
recycle
appropriate
back.
one. That's an appropriate one on Sunday morning. Maiden Hell.
Maiden Hell, yeah, absolutely. So Madam Mim got around on the initials, now around also on a scoring pass, and I believe Bruticus is still stuck in the pass, but just completed a star pass to the pivot.
That is number 607, Gorgeous Curves.
Gorgeous Curves got to benefit from Bruticus's work, did get 3 points from that.
So no additional points after that for Ohio. So a 4-3 jam, 85-52, or 80.
80.
So apparently Wisconsin
What?
didn't get any points
No,
on
they
that. Yeah? Are we sure about that?
Oh, I'm surprised they didn't contest that because they just had 4 points taken away from them. Wait,
Anyway,
no.
Yep.
Nope, they got the
There
points.
we- there we go. We got our
get it.
points.
Okay, all right. I was like,
In the meantime, Tina picks up lead jammer status for Wisconsin. Carmina Pirana with the jammer star. And Carmina Pirana picks up a penalty.
oh,
Track cut. At a forearm to Tina.
oh. So it's going to be a very quick jammer do-si-do in the box. Forearms, the call of the weekend.
Indeed. Carmina Pirana, jammer star in hand.
Yeah, might as well. No one can get lead at this point.
Right.
Oh, TNT comes in. Tina comes in real hard, but
Yeah.
stopped short by the Ohio blockers at the front as we push into the far straightaway. A lot of jostling happening on both packs, and it is going to be on the
Looks like-
outside. Finally, the first one
I
through,
think,
even though it doesn't matter for lead.
Betty TKO picking up a back block there.
Carmina Pirana is around now on a scoring pass.
Oh, and a
Tina
second
picks up a
penalty to
forearm.
Tina.
Another one.
So that puts Ohio back on the power jam.
Just trading power jams in this
Yep.
game.
Carmina Pirana. Pack paused at the entrance of turn 3. Wisconsin trying to lock down, kill the penalty. Carmina Pirana, a tough jammer for their pack to contain.
I suspect they're making bad puns in the mic. I'm hearing boos. Tenacious B, Lollipopia, Frau Kapow, all giving the business here to Carmina Pirana, having to just sort of do the weight sled push now.
Yeah.
It's the no fun time as a jammer.
Yeah.
Slowly getting back into turn 1 now, has not made a full pass. And Tina has rejoined the fun. Getting pushed to the outside, recycled back. And the jam will come to an end. It looks like Ohio got all 4 of their points.
Yeah. And Tina got 4 as
yeah.
well.
All right. Magic.
So margin remains 33 points, 89-56.
Marone having some words with a ref from the center of the track. Just going to be a quick convo though, because you don't got an official review
I
left.
see a little bit of finger wagging. Careful, Andy.
That's going to be
And he is
devious.
marooned in the infield
He is
as the jam
marooned. Marone is
starts.
marooned. Devious jamming for Ohio, but Dark Horse finds an inside line, not even really all that open, sort of trips and jumps
Yeah.
through to get lead for Wisconsin.
Devious setting off in hot pursuit.
Yeah, it's
Dark
going to be quick.
Horse. Yeah, that was a really savvy bit of movement there by Dark Horse. She knew exactly where that last set of hips was. So a 3-0 jam for Wisconsin.
I'm not coaching. Hi. That's for the NSOs too. Oh, it's fine. Marone and I are friends. He can have words for me.
Yeah. We'll
It's
shake
all-
hands. We'll all
it's
shake
all
hands
fun
at the
and,
end.
Yeah, it's all
Yes.
fun and joy in roller derby.
All right.
Dalek jamming for Wisconsin. And that Oh, and a forearm
Forearm
call
to
being
Deja
assessed.
Vu.
Yep.
Now for Dalek to escape the figurative TARDIS of Ohio blockers. At the front, Dalek getting some assistance there from number 614. That is Karma Sutra. Karma Suture. Excuse
Sure.
me.
Yep, yep. That's the joke.
That's the joke. Karma Sutra picks up lead finally.
Oh, Dalek. Dalek is the jammer.
Yeah. So Pack retreating into turns 3 and 4. Dalek spun to the inside. Trying to find a path out. And Deja Boom now completes an initial pass for Ohio. Dalek into the pack, calls the jam.
Looking like
So
quick
we
conversation.
are-
3 points for Madison at the end there.
So 95-56 in favor of Wisconsin. And we have a official review requested by Wisconsin with 4 seconds on the period clock.
And we will let you know as soon as we find out what that's about. Wish we had a list of the sponsors we could thank in front of us. Do we have the...
Well, we have a program here.
There we go.
I have a program.
Yeah, we got to shout out
All
people
right.
who support roller derby.
Okay, first off, we want to thank Modern Skate and Surf. That's www.modernskate.com. We'd like to thank Red Rum Skate Shop. They are located on 13 Mile Road in Warren, Michigan. Also like to thank Unique Metalworks. I think they're the ones who make the medals. They had those on display in the vendor village.
Oh, nice.
Quirky Crate, not quite sure what they do. We also want to thank one of the kind of the hosting entities here, the Greater Lansing Sports Authority. And we're right down, and if you haven't been to Lansing, we're right downtown. And right next door to the venue here is a baseball stadium. So
Yeah, I
that
noticed
probably,
that.
yeah, that probably features in what the Greater Lansing Sports Authority does. All right, and we get to our charity raffle sponsors, including but not limited to Miners Den Jewelers, Jackie Daniels, Maury's Liquor, Jeannie Berlin, Seychelles, I hope I'm saying that right. Our Jam of the Game sponsor, Cucci Family Market in Warren, Michigan. Also, I thank Meg Foldenauer. Also, I thank Judy Cooper and Roller Bones for all the fabulous prizes and perks they are providing us this weekend. And a reminder, clear your calendar for September 6th through 8th of 2024. Team Michigan Roller Derby will return to the Lansing Center here in September, bringing the state, the province, the borderless teams, bringing everybody together in one venue, kind of in the mold of some of the other state tournaments that have popped up here. But it will be held here at the Lansing Center, downtown Lansing, Michigan, hosted by Team Michigan and Lansing Roller Derby. For more information, you can check out their website, www.theskatewars.com.
Nice to see Jackie Daniels sponsoring. Just a little fun fact of history. Jackie Daniels, a longtime skater from Texas. One of the people who designed the original roller derby track.
Okay.
All right, what you got?
All right, the verdict is in. Team Wisconsin requested the official review. It was a matter of scoring. They wanted 4 points instead of the 3 they were originally assigned. The referees agreed with that assessment, and they will retain the official review.
Oh, the rare win.
Yeah.
And for a point,
Beating Andy Marone at his own game.
A hard thing to do.
It is.
Also very
It
difficult.
is.
Yeah. So that's going to have Wisconsin at 96, Ohio at 56.
So we have 4 seconds left in the period.
One more jam for the first half, and that's going to be Star Slammer jamming for Wisconsin.
Betty TKO, I believe. Oh, that is Coco Sparks.
Oh,
Former, I believe, with Burning River of Cleveland.
And Coco Sparks with lead for Ohio. Ow! Misses a Swing and a miss from Lollipopia. Gets through and going to pick up, I think, all 4 points there because
Wisconsin only
had 2 in the box.
Yeah, Wisconsin had 1 blocker on the track.
Oh, boy. Speaking of penalty trouble, can really write the narrative of the game as it's happening. Yep. So a quick 4 for Ohio as we head into halftime brings them to an even 60 to Wisconsin's 96. Again, 2 pretty darn evenly matched teams, and that differential in points you're seeing is basically the result of a couple of really big jams, particularly from Dark Horse on Wisconsin, and also some penalty trouble that the Jammers on Ohio had in the middle of that.
is in red. Devious, the first jammer for Team Ohio against Dark Horse. Both jammers out of the pack quickly. Devious is lead jammer for Ohio. And Discretion perhaps being the better part of valor. Devious calls the jam. No points for either team. The score remains 96-60.
And it looks like we'll have Dalek lining up as the next jammer for Wisconsin, and I believe that is...
It's either Bruta Chris or Deja Boom.
Can't quite see from
No.
here yet. Yep. Wisconsin down one blocker in the box.
Yep.
Ohio Jammer almost found an outside line open, wasn't able to get through, got stuck behind Tenacious B, had to recycle back.
And now it's Dalek with the most forward progress.
That
And
is
Dalek. Nice block there from number 50. That is just the hip. And delivered just the hip that Dalek needed to get out of the pack.
one of my favorite names of the weekend. That is Brudicrous jamming for
Okay,
Ohio,
yeah.
confirmed. Still stuck at turn 1 behind Commerce Sutra and Just the Hip. My other favorite name of the weekend.
Yeah. Dalek. On a scoring pass, bounces around just crazy.
Well, huge hit to the outside by Just the Hip, but must have gone just slightly out with Brudicrous, who gets the note that she can jump back in and go ahead. So through on her initial pass.
Dalek in a scoring pass. Wisconsin down to one blocker right now. And Dalek calls the jam after collecting 2 points for Team Wisconsin and keeping Ohio off the scoreboard once again.
We have
So
an official
another
timeout.
official timeout.
You hear the excitement in the background. That is
Oh.
the presence of a... Oh, you can see them in the stream.
Oh, yeah.
You are not hallucinating. There is a
yeah.
large pink cat in the venue.
It is called Mitten Kittens after all, so.
Yeah, that's Mitty. Mitty, I think. Is the
Mitty,
name of
yeah,
the
that is
mascot.
Mitty.
Yep. Now no longer on the stream, but
All right,
just a brief,
yeah.
spectacular appearance. on the
Mitty is
stream.
making the rounds this morning,
Yep. It's always nice to see.
so.
The first I did actually have concerns about my state of being when I first saw the giant pink cat. I was
Yeah.
like, is someone else seeing this? It's not just me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I think that is a recurring fixture at the Mitten Kittens tournament.
Yes.
So,
I have since learned
yeah.
a delightful presence. Yeah. Okay. So the
So we're
the clock. It's the scoreboard is having issues. It's been
yeah.
haunted all weekend.
Yeah.
It currently
It
just
be-
says P2 coming up and nothing else. So I don't
Yeah.
know if it's frozen. Or
We
what.
are in spooky season after all.
It's
I'm
true,
not
yep.
sure. I'm not sure if this building is possessed or anything like that, but
Definitely the
that's where
scoreboard.
we are right now.
Definitely the scoreboard. I've been on this track all weekend. That poor scoreboard.
Yeah.
It's just been having issues. And our NSOs are working really hard to
Yes.
sort it out. And it's super no fun to have to deal with technical glitches. So I just want to, again, always big thanks to all of the volunteers and NSOs and refs and everybody who try to keep us moving.
And
despite the
especially
ghosts of the
an
machine.
especially big shout out to our IT person Devin,
Yep.
who's kind of the person in charge of all matters technological for Lansing Roller Derby.
It's a big job.
Trying to keep 2 tracks running and live streaming and all the audio and video connections that go into that.
Biff, you and I were just reminiscing about the calling WFTDA tournaments and always hearing about it when the stream went down. And
Yep.
you know, it takes
You
a
can
lot of work.
try that right now, but you're not going to get anywhere
Nope.
with that hashtag at the moment.
No, please just don't go onto Twitter
Yeah.
/X. Just don't be
Yeah.
there. It's not good. But we're doing
Anyway.
our best. I know everybody's doing their best to get this moving again. So, and it looks like
Yeah.
Ohio and Wisconsin are having a nice time chatting on
Yeah.
the track.
And our Jam Tiner is channeling the 2012 North Central Playoffs Jam Timer.
very slow, up and down.
a
Yep.
sunrise, sunset.
I did enjoy it when the crowds would start to do the.
Yeah.
Because we get, you get bored.
Yeah.
You gotta find ways.
Yeah,
to
well, it's like, unfortunately, we don't have like the bleachers at either end of the track to
Yeah.
to mimic that. But
Yep.
So
We do have a decent little crowd here on a Sunday morning, though,
Yeah.
in the bleachers that are here, which are just off to the left of your screen on the stream here. Seeing seeing and hearing support from both Ohio and Wisconsin. Wisconsin makes themselves very obvious with the gold cheese colored
yes.
hats and cheese hats and things like that. Oh no, house announcer on the
Yeah.
loose. He's just wandered into the box area. I don't know why.
It's,
It's juicy. He's from Florida. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
He's actually not originally from Florida. I just know he lives there now. But having a chat.
yeah.
Who knows? But now it says final score. That's also not correct. But they're working on it.
We are, like I said, we are.
We're really just filling time. Just filling time. here
Yes,
on the
we are.
stream. Hi, Bad Beth. How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm all
Good. I'm
right.
glad to hear that.
Like I said, the first 3-day tournament back since
Yep.
2019. And
Yep. Yeah, I've been doing some one-off games announcing, but I haven't done a tournament in a while.
yeah. There's a lot of just a lot of moving parts you have to get used to again.
Yes, very much so.
And we have
Oh,
some
no.
movement among the officials.
The score's gone away
man.
entirely again.
Oh man! Oh
That's
boy!
that's not a good
Oh
sign.
boy!
Oh,
Okay,
man.
there's a couple of coffee shops down the street. Someone get just like a extra large cup and dump it into whatever server is
Yeah. Having-
is
Having
making
opinions.
this stuff happen. And
Okay, so there's a ref talking to the two coaches right now. The trick is, I think the unfortunate thing is when these technical issues happen, it does push back the schedule,
Yes.
and it becomes a little tight for the games afterward,
Right.
which is no fun for anyone.
and if everything runs perfectly, there's not a lot of extra time built in there.
No.
I mean, you can have an injury on one track. You can have, technical issues like this.
You
And,
can have just people using all of their timeouts.
right.
Okay, the
Present
scores are coming
company
back.
accepted.
Yep. No, this
Yeah.
no one here. This is no one's fault.
Yeah.
The scores are back. That's good.
Okay.
They're just
Clock.
having people skate around, and they're dispersing the skaters on
Okay.
the track just to be like, just skate
Just-
around and
yeah,
stay warm.
just stay loose.
Yep. So do what you gotta
And
do.
apparently, in the previous jam, Wisconsin set an all-time roller derby record of 98 points in a single jam.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what that makes it look like, doesn't
That,
it?
that might bring Sandrine Ranjan out of retirement to try to break that record.
Right?
Gosh.
Gosh.
That's a name going back a few years.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say I did make a Francie Pants reference yesterday, and I was like, no one's gonna get this. Well, some
Yeah.
people are gonna get this, but what was that? What was the highest scoring jam? It was like 40 something.
Yeah, I think it was 40 or 45.
Yeah, back in like 2012. 12 when there
Was
still
it
Jammer
that
Lap
championships? Yeah, there were still 5 points. The
Yeah.
Jammer Lap point.
point, championship game.
I don't know if it was the championship game, but I believe it
Oh,
was
was
the
that
playoff
champs?
championships in Atlanta.
Yeah, that sounds right. I remember watching it from home, and I was a brand new skater at the time. That was about when I started with our rec league, and we were all watching that and just losing our minds. And it's not possible to score that much anymore because
Right.
we've lost the lap point. But also, Sandrine Ranjan, you will be unsurprised to learn, anybody listening who doesn't know this, went on to be a near Olympic level speed
Yeah,
skater.
she did. I think she did the Red Bull crashed ice thing.
Yes, yep. Yes,
The
some
downhill
Downhill
racing
ice
on ice
skating?
skates.
I know, like the most bonkers thing.
Yeah.
But
I mean, to
she's
get out of that without a
speed demon.
severed limb at some point, I think it's pretty remarkable.
Admirable. I'm like, see, roller derby wasn't dangerous enough for you.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go downhill on ice skates. Cool. Yeah, she was a heck of a skater. I can very grateful that I had a chance to take workshops with her at RollerCon years ago, just teaching like good skate form. And that definitely upped my ability to get around the track faster. Not at her level, but
right.
definitely helped. And that was a fun game. 40
Yeah, we're
40 some
right.
points
Okay, right now
in a
we
jam.
are we're like Grandpa Simpson gathering
my
the young
day.
kids around.
Let me tell you about history. Well, you were listening to an official review earlier, and I gave the history of like Jackie Daniels, who's sponsoring some of the charity.
Yeah.
One of the, I believe, the initial designer of the roller derby track.
I thought that was Electra Blue.
It was Electra Blue,
Yeah.
and Jackie Daniels is definitely present at that time and helping.
Right.
But yes, I was just like involved in that in some fashion. But yes, you're right.
Yes.
Electric
Yep.
Boogaloo
Yep.
does get that claim to fame. So thank you for correcting me because I was like, I know I'm missing someone who more directly did it. We had a great, I had a great chat with Electra. I should have remembered this. This is again, the pandemic has put holes in my brain, probably
It's
literally.
yeah,
and figuratively.
it's like it's simultaneously sped up and slowed down time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because like every once in a while something will pop up in my Facebook memories. It's like, dang, that was 5 years ago already.
Yeah, how?
And that was only 5 years ago.
Yeah, it feels.
Yeah.
Yeah, both at
Yeah.
the same time, very
Yeah.
much so. So yeah, I don't know if we're just gonna take a pause or if we should just shut up and let you watch people skate in circles. I think
Yeah.
we'll just do that. We're gonna let you.
We'll take a
watch-
little
we'll take
break, and once we are ready to resume hostilities here.
we'll jump back in with
Yeah.
you when things are ready to go, which will hopefully be soon. There's a poor official still standing. Oh wait, oh. Maybe by saying
Okay.
that we encouraged. it
we
to
have
happen.
we have uninvoked the commentators.
Yeah,
curse.
I was gonna say like there's official on the track holding an official review pose now or official timeout pose now, and then all of a sudden all the packs came out to the track. It does look like the scores are correct on the board. The time appears to be about correct on the board. I think they may have just taken a couple of, if that's accurate, they may have just taken a couple minutes off the half, which I could understand given
Right.
the delay. That may be what they were discussing with the coaches. Thanks for bearing with us. I hope our banter has not been too
Yeah.
painful for you all.
It's been a history lesson for some of you, I'm sure.
Derby has a surprisingly now long. Now I think about it, it's like
Yeah.
we've been around for a little while, and
I'm just processing the fact this is my 13th year.
Wow. I'm at 11.
Well, I mean,
I'm at 11.
lost,
did lose
lost a bit of that
sometime in there.
to other things.
But it still
yeah.
counts. We're
Right.
still present. And you know what counts? We are playing roller derby again. There are teams on the track. There are things
there are
happening.
skaters. I believe that is Deja Boom, the jammer for Ohio.
And Star Slammer for Wisconsin.
So Ohio, a full set of blockers there at the front of the pack. Wisconsin's down to 3. Reinforcements have arrived from the pack. Just the hip.
Yep.
Trying to
just a hip.
spin in, play some offense there for Star Slammer.
Oh. And they're going to lose
Maloik,
Tenacious
the
B to
pivots.
the box. I'm
Yeah,
so
got-
sorry.
Deja Boom. Oh, can't quite complete the side skate through the inside there.
Oh,
Deja
huge hit to
Boom.
the inside. Yeah, that's going to be a
Yeah.
forearm on just the hip. He took out Deja Boom to the inside, but didn't do it cleanly.
Star Slammer finally picking up lead status for Wisconsin.
Wisconsin down to just 2 blockers on the track again. They were having some penalty trouble with blockers at the end of the last half. It sort of continued now.
Deja Boom hands the jammer Star off to Maloik. Skater for Burning River, and I believe the Cleveland Guardians MRDA team.
Good.
So,
Good awareness and memory there.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
so jam is ended. Star Slammer got 4 points. That'll push Wisconsin past the century mark. They lead now 102-60. Devious returning to the jammer line for Ohio.
I think that's going to be Madam Mim for Wisconsin, who now have a 3-4. Ohio with the
Yeah.
advantage.
Oh.
Did I
Gorgeous
lie to
curves
3-3?
locking down on Madam Mim there with an assist from Bruta Chris, but Madam Mim is out of the pack.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
Madam Mim picks up the track cut.
Saw that coming.
Just, I think there were blocker penalties being handed out to Ohio, and Madam Mim just got confused with all that was going on. She wasn't
Yeah.
sure who's in play, who's out of play.
Yep, they
Who
were-
could I get away with
Right.
skating away from?
At least one of them.
Yeah, and
Had done it legally.
guessed incorrectly.
Yep. So now we do
So-
have a lead declared for
But Ohio, that is
Ohio.
Devious.
Yep, thank you.
And Devious trying to stretch Wisconsin's pack. She does so. That's 4 points for Ohio. 4 much-needed points for Ohio at this stage of the game. So Devious directing traffic, gets into the pack. Wisconsin, unsurprising, not responding to Devious's instructions there.
The
Madam
blockers.
Mim has returned to action. Devious stops, starts, gets out. 4 more points for Ohio. Coach Andy Marone instructing Devious to keep the jam rolling. Madam Mim pushing the blocking sled at the front right now. And Madam Mim gets through. That is her initial pass.
And there's the word to call it, and it'll be just in time to prevent Wisconsin from scoring. So nice, I believe 12-point.
Yeah. Everybody in the
Ohio.
venue got the instructions to call the jam
Yep.
there. So Wisconsin leading by 102-72. 24 minutes and change left in the game.
Ohio determined to chip away at that lead bit by bit, doing a fair job
That
of
was,
that.
that was a
second
nice
half
little
here.
chunk there.
Yep. And Wisconsin's still having a little bit of trouble keeping their blockers on the track.
Yeah.
Does have 2 in the box right now, so we'll just start with 2 to Ohio's 4. They will send T and Tina to the line with the star for Wisconsin.
Against Betty TKO of Ohio. And Wisconsin losing another blocker to the penalty box. Betty TKO picks up lead. Tina finds a way out. And only 2 blockers on the track for Wisconsin.
That's enough to...
They run the tractor trailer into Betty TKO.
Oh, but that is going to be a high block on Betty TKO. So was trying to call it off, but got the penalty last minute, hitting, I think, running into the Wisconsin blockers there, who now have 3 on the track.
So jam is running. Tina, not lead jammer, but on the power jam for Wisconsin. I don't think that's the outcome Ohio wanted there.
No, not at all. But Tina picking up 4 points. A nice piece of offense from just the hip to get her through.
Now Wisconsin's offense now finally back at full strength. Tina into the pack. Has to momentarily retreat, resets. Gets through. That's another 4 for Wisconsin. Penalty to Betty TKO is now expired. She spins into the pack and finds a way around 4 points for Ohio.
Yeah, did a nice job of spreading apart the Wisconsin blockers there, and that's what a jammer loves. You get a little speed, a little bit of room to move around, and you just have individuals to juke around.
Getting
It's a
into
little bit more doable.
getting to where they can jam in free and open spaces.
Yep.
And Betty TKO was sent to the infield, had to recycle as Tina circulates on another scoring pass. She splits what's left of the Ohio pack. 4 more points for Wisconsin. And Tina momentarily not remembering she is not the lead jammer.
Yeah. It's frustrating when you were,
Yeah,
and you would like the jam to end.
yeah. Well, I mean, Betty TKO was the lead jammer. She tried,
Right,
but couldn't get that done before she committed a penalty.
right. So, yeah.
So a 20-point jam for Wisconsin. 20-8.
So 122 for Wisconsin, and now at 80 for Ohio.
I believe that's Carmina Pirana to the jammer line for Ohio.
Yeah, going up against Dark Horse for Wisconsin.
Oh, path opens up.
Oh, she's happy. She's
Oh,
happy
yeah.
about that one. That was a quick lead.
Yeah.
But Dark Horse hot on her heels, maybe a quarter turn behind her, and the pack's lined up in turn 1. We're going to have a hard impact as they come in very quickly.
Yeah, Carmina Pirana came together with number 28, Tenacious B. Tenacious B did a pretty good job containing Carmina Pirana here.
And Dark Horse was through pretty quickly on a scoring pass.
Yeah.
So that's going to be 4 for Wisconsin to 2 for Ohio. Oh, an additional 1 picked up by Dark Horse at the end. Turned on the Jets
So
quickly enough there.
Team Wisconsin winning the jam despite conceding lead status.
I got to say, I enjoy the chorus of oops from the Wisconsin bench whenever something good is happening. And it sounds, it makes me think of the yip yips from
Yep.
Muppets.
We just scooched right past you there.
Yep.
Yeah. You betcha.
Trying to think of what the Ohio version of that would be. Yeah, something.
OH. Yeah.
Let us know.
Yeah.
But don't use the hashtag. Just let us know. Oh,
Oh.
huge. Man,
Devious.
such moves by Devious. But
I mean,
it's still shut
Devious
down on the
is
inside.
full throttle all the time.
All the
Sometimes
time.
that is Sometimes that gets into trouble, but
I mean, that's you risk,
Yeah,
don't risk
high risk,
anything,
high
you don't-
reward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. But it is through for lead for Ohio, so that risk paid off.
yeah, Dalek stuck in a three-walled TARDIS there at the front of the pack.
It's bigger on the inside.
Yeah,
I mean, it does feel like that when you're a jammer. You're like, I should be
Yeah.
able to get around this. It's just a couple people, but
Right,
it feels
right.
much more insurmountable.
they have a way of absorbing space.
Yep. It's probably going to be a few points for Devious, none for Madison, or I'm sorry,
I got
Wisconsin. Two
two.
for Devious.
So Wisconsin still with a 43-point lead.
Both teams at full strength.
Next,
Maybe
Wisconsin's down a blocker.
Down a
it
blocker.
appears.
Yep. Last minute adjustment. So.
So
maybe
that,
a
I believe
liar.
that is Bruta Chris on the jammer line for Ohio.
That is Star Slammer jamming for Wisconsin. And I had a slip of the tongue saying Madison
Decrypt.
instead of Wisconsin, but the Wisconsin team does represent
There,
several
there,
leagues from across the state.
there is a, although there is, I'm thinking a significant Madison presence on this team.
There's a decent amount, yes,
Yeah.
but we've got Chippewa Valley, we've got Mississippi Valley Mayhem, we've got River
Stevens
City,
Point.
we've got Mid-State,
Yeah.
Stevens Point. A lot of great representatives from across Wisconsin on the team. Oh, and a cut call on Star Slammer will send her to the box, so that's going to be a power jam opportunity for Ohio. And Budacris, who just got through for lead.
So, chance for Ohio to make a dent in this lead.
Yeah, especially as Wisconsin is short some blockers in the box right now.
Yeah. So a reinforcement arriving in the form of number 99, Lali Papia. Budacris picks up fairly easy 4 points there. So, Wisconsin now with 3 blockers on the track. Putting a bit more resistance now, forcing a call off. And that's going to freeze Wisconsin's jammer in the penalty box.
Another 3 points at the end there for Ohio.
So a 36-point deficit now for Ohio. They'll send Coco Sparks to the jammer line to hopefully take advantage of what's left of this power jam.
Yeah, Ohio doing a good job of chipping away at the points here. They've kept Madison, God, did it again. Wisconsin scoreless for 3 jams in a row. Just blame Sunday morning.
Yep,
Not at my best, but I'm trying.
that's all we can do. Lali Papia popped Coco Sparks to draw her back behind the jammer line. We still don't have a lead jammer. And Coco Sparks picking up a track cut penalty. That's going to give Wisconsin a power jam if they can liberate Star Slammer from the pack, and they do. Lead jammer status to Team Wisconsin.
Star Slammer comes hot around the outside, jukes to the in, gets a little bit of offensive help from her friends in a last-minute touch from an Ohio blocker, but it's not enough to stop her for a 4-point pass.
And so, Star Slammer returning the favor by freezing Coco Sparks in the penalty box. With less than 10 seconds to Coco Sparks' penalty. And Wisconsin collected 4 points on that. They lead by 131 to 91.
Don't want to jinx it, but there is a clear box. Everybody's on
Aside
the track.
from Coco Sparks, of course.
Well, yes,
Yeah.
for blockers. But Coco Sparks is immediately out and back onto the track, so basically like starting the jam. Huge pile up in
all
turn 1
sorts
as both jammers contending with some fierce defense, and it's a slightly slippery track this weekend, I will say.
Yeah.
But it is going to be Coco Sparks through. Powerful way to re-enter from the box and grab lead.
Madam Mim handing off the jammer star here.
That's going to be to the pivot. Banana.
That's first star pass she's received. So, Coco Sparks picks up some points, calls the jam. That's
That'll be all
4
4.
points for Coco Sparks.
95 for Ohio now to Wisconsin's 131.
And with that, Devious returns to the jammer line for Ohio.
Be facing off against Tiantina for Wisconsin.
3-on-2 pack advantage for Ohio to start.
Devious looks for the inside line. Does get stopped by Frau Kapow and Tenacious B. Tina looking for the outside. Doesn't quite get it. Gets hit to the out
Yeah.
by, that's Family.
That is number
Family
2 and
Jewels.
6. Yeah, Family Jewels, and a little assist there from number 216, Defiant Tyrant. But Tiantina is lead. Still trying to complete her.
Oh, tried to call it off, but
Oh.
came back onto the track, and it was a cut.
Oh,
Boy.
tough break there for Wisconsin. Tiantina follows Decrypt into the penalty box as Wisconsin immediately gets reinforcements in the pack.
Yeah.
But this is
Oh.
going to go 2 minutes. Devious with 4 points in hand.
That is a lesson in. It's difficult to have that awareness as a jammer. Sometimes you see everything that's happening on the track, but to realize that, like, sometimes if you want to call it off, you should just stay out of bounds.
Yeah.
Do it there, just to be absolutely certain.
Yeah. But Wisconsin locking down here on Devious.
Yeah, just kind of stuck
they
in the
just-
far straightaway here.
Penalty to Tiantina has expired. And Wisconsin losing number 28, Tenacious B, to the penalty box now.
Tiantina finally able to get through. I believe that is the
That
initial
should be the
pass.
because she got reabsorbed right after
Yeah.
picking up lead.
Yeah.
So this may be just a recompletion of the initial pass.
And we'll get
we
through.
got-
Definitely for 4 points
yeah.
that time, yes.
Ohio losing, looks like a multiplayer blocking penalty to Ohio.
Another 4 for Devious.
So 8-4 as things stand right now for Ohio.
Oh, like going through the tape at the end of a race there through the arms of 2 Ohio blockers.
Yeah.
4 points for Tiantina, but Devious is gonna probably pick up, 3 at the end because of the ghost point in the box.
Yes.
That's going to be Wisconsin calling a timeout after a lot happened in
Yes.
that jam.
Lots of penalties, lots of stuff, lots of skaters coming on and off the track.
Yeah. Wisconsin definitely on a little bit of a penalty run there, particularly with their blockers. Probably want to just check in and give everybody
Yep.
a second to breathe,
Yep.
reassess.
But Wisconsin still, after all that, still with a 33-point lead. We have just over 12 minutes left in the game.
I believe each team will start the next one with 1 blocker in the box, but both jammers on the track, most importantly.
Good.
Ohio dominating the lead jammer calls this half. So far with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them to just 4 for Wisconsin. But like these, some lower scoring jams, keeping.
We haven't really had the big.
nothing
We haven't had
huge.
the big numbers here in
Yeah.
the second half yet.
A couple of good 12-point jams, 2 by Ohio. But they have kept Wisconsin scoreless on a number of jams in this half as well. But just enough of a lead for Wisconsin to have a little bit of room, a little bit of breathing
Yeah.
room. But it is not at all a done story at this point. Ohio is within spitting distance in roller derby terms of making a comeback.
Still plenty of time. I mean, it's
They're-
like I said, it's keeping people out of the penalty box, and
for both teams at this point.
yeah,
Just keep everybody on the track, play good derby.
we got the.
Could be anybody's game.
Looks like we got the minivan formation here on
Yeah.
the track.
Yeah, it's 2-2 right now. So I think we've got more people in the box than I thought. Oh yeah, there are 2 blockers standing for each team, 1 for each team,
Wow.
and then 2 just sitting. So it's just 2-2. It's that nano pack we were talking about earlier. And we have now the team timeout expired, but we've called an official timeout to deal.
I
with
wonder if
something.
there aren't some penalty issues that need to be sorted out there
Yeah.
because
That was a lot of penalties.
there
and
was a
things
lot
to
going
track.
on. You might be getting up to some skaters that may have hit their 7 penalty mark.
Yeah, it could be that. Could just be making sure.
Haven't seen anybody ostentatiously
sitting.
skating past the announcer's table towards the vendor village. So.
Yeah. Hopefully that's not the case. You never like to see anybody foul out.
Oh my gosh, is Team Maryland selling merch?
I see the Team Maryland
Yeah,
flag
I
going
see
up over
the,
there on a table, so I'm
The
assuming.
very prominent Calvert flag over
Yeah. It's a great
Yeah.
flag.
Hey, I would run with it too. If
Absolutely.
as part of a sports uniform, you would see that with Ohio this weekend. They've
Yep.
got the
A nod to the Ohio flag
Yep.
on their uniforms. Not the Obama flag.
not the Obama flag.
the Ohio
sadly.
flag.
Yeah.
Another old, bit getting dated at this point reference.
Mm-hmm.
Across the track, we are seeing Michigan, Indiana. That'll be on the other feed. Michigan up 96 to Indiana's 38 as our state-based teams continue to battle it out this weekend on our
Yeah.
final day of Mitten Kitten X.
Now, I think so far this year, I think this is the first time Indiana's kind of stuck its toe into the waters of state-based derby. And I think, in the opinion of their coach, Danny Mack, it's been pretty successful for them.
great.
It looks like
More
they've
the
won
merrier.
they've won their games this weekend. I hope that's not my fault because I called each of their first 2 wins.
And now you're not there to call this
And
one.
I'm not there to call this one.
And they're
so,
not beating Michigan so
yeah.
far. It's all your fault. Totally your fault, Biff.
Yeah,
Clearly.
definitely. I have that sort of power over things.
Absolutely. Announcers, we have so much power. I always laugh every time we talk about jinxing something on the track. I'm
Yep.
like, it's not, we don't really,
We don't
That's
we
a real
don't we
inflated
don't
sense of
conjure
self.
this stuff.
No.
We're not like we're not working a Ouija board behind the scenes here. You
nope,
know?
nope. Just sitting at a table, helpless and
Yeah,
talking.
trying to relay what is happening on the track.
And it looks like the official timeout has come to an end. Those little the nano packs are getting
Yeah.
ready and lined up, and we've got that's Dark Horse going to be jamming for Wisconsin, and I can't quite see yet who the Ohio Jammer is.
Yep,
Can you-
that's either Deja Boom or Buda Chris. So they're about the same size. I mean,
That's all we can see from
I
here.
apologize to any of their families if they're watching, but in any case, Dark Horse is lead jammer. Bruta Chris, the jammer for Ohio.
I think every time we don't know who it is, it ends up being Brudicrous. So we just
Right,
like decide that
right.
that's
So,
Dark Horse on the wide
just-
open outside line.
Yeah, just not seeing a lot of resistance yet. So, but
Nope.
Dark Horse beats Maloik and Halo Chick. Picks up 4 points for Wisconsin, maybe sort of momentarily restoring order for them.
And we've got all the blockers back on the track
Oh.
now.
Just the hip, ruthlessly dealing with Bruta Chris.
Yeah, knocked her to the outside and now done that twice to recycle her back into turn 2. Is Dark Horse now battling with all the Ohio blockers pushing into turn 3, having a much harder time getting through on the pass now. And I would love to
Yeah.
shout out those blockers, but they are too far away
Yeah,
from
we
me to see their
got, we
numbers.
got Halo Chick on
Thank
one
you.
side. She's formerly of Glass City, so I would know her.
Excellent, thank you.
77th, that is Maiden Hell.
Yep. And
Happy Sunday morning to you, too.
Maloik. Maloik is the other one.
Oh, a forearm penalty to Dark Horse.
Probably had some points picked up before she went
Yeah.
to the box, but is going to have to sit for a power jam for Ohio, which is exactly what they want to have happen at this point.
Yeah.
But Brudicrous with the star cover in her hand right now is getting recycled back again, this time I believe by,
Yeah.
that's Karma Sutra. I recognize those green skates.
Yep. Bruta Chris, I don't believe has completed her initial pass yet, so still.
Just 13 seconds left in the jam.
Yeah, Wisconsin with a full set of blockers to kill the penalty here,
Yep.
and it appears they will do so. And the jammer star appears to have been passed to Maloik as the penalty to Dark Horse expires. 3 points for Wisconsin, 4 points for Ohio there. So
that
I stand corrected.
was not an
Ohio
initial
did complete
pass.
their
Yep.
initial pass
Yep.
and were on a scoring pass. But that was a 7-4 jam for Wisconsin. They remain ahead, 146 to 110.
That's going to be devious on the line for Ohio, facing off against Dalek for Wisconsin. And it looks like it's 3-on-3 in the pack.
And
Devious. Oh,
Devious.
man, again with that ability to stay
she's-
upright despite great
Yeah.
great pressure. Gets
she
lead.
keeps the skates moving, and Dalek sent into the infield, drew the penalty on Betty TKO there.
They get recycled
So-
back, a nice little spin move around. An Ohio blocker, one to beat. That's Family Jewels, does it and is through for the initial pass. Devious now around on a scoring pass.
So Wisconsin losing their pivot now. Devious picks up the 4, calls the jam. So it's 146, 114, 9:13 left in the game. I believe that's Deja Boom to the jammer line for Ohio.
That'll be Star Slammer for Wisconsin. Wisconsin still struggling to get the lead calls to really control the clock in this half. Oh, but hey, I stand corrected. Star Slammer does get lead on this one.
And I have to correct myself again. Bruta Chris is the jammer for Ohio, and Bruta Chris picks up a penalty for a forearm. That's got to put Wisconsin on the power jam. Star Slammer finishes her first pass. That's 4 points to Wisconsin.
Ohio up 1 blocker, 4-3.
Wisconsin parting the seas. Just crazy.
And Star Slammer does
Delivering the hip to
Yeah.
Star Slammer.
Had to start again as we push into the far straightaway. All 4 Ohio blockers out there making this very tough for Star Slammer as the penalty comes to an end for Bruta Chris, and she's now back on the track.
And Bruta Chris immediately met by the full set of Wisconsin blockers. Lollipopia, Tenacious B. Or number 26, excuse me. That is... Not sure 26 is for Wisconsin. Oh, we have a... No, we do not have a power jam.
That was just a blocker.
Because I saw the spots on the helmet. I momentarily thought that was a jammer star.
It was the Madison helmets with the cow spots.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I get it. Star Slammer still not able to get through the Ohio back, and we are pushed all the way into the near straightaway now. Still working. Bruta Chris also having trouble with just 2 Madison blockers, 3 Madison blockers. That's going to be
Ohio's jammer still struggling as well.
Yeah, everybody having just it's a difficult jam.
So Bruta Chris has finally completed an initial pass for Ohio.
Packs a real spread out in the near straightaway into turn 1 as that jam comes to an end. We've got 4 points up in the air for Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And that's going to be 8 total. Yep.
So Wisconsin restoring the 40-point lead. Carmina Pirana back to the jammer line for Ohio. 0420. 0420.
That's Madam Mim for Wisconsin. I thank you for that. That's all I wanted in the morning.
I got the singing on the mic part in.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
I'm not operatic in any way, but Carmina Pirana picking up lead status for Team Ohio.
Madam Mim battling behind a tripod of 3 between turns 1 and 2 as Carmina Pirana now around in a scoring pass. Both packs kind of tangled up with each other between the turns.
Carmina Pirana shrugging off a couple of blocks there. Madam Mim engaging there briefly with Carmina Pirana.
So Madam Mim got through on the initial pass just as Carmina Pirana picked up 4 points and decided to call it off. And we have a timeout also being called by Ohio. They stand at 118 to Wisconsin's 154.
So a 36-point game. Timeout taken by Ohio. That is their second.
Getting close to the crunch time now. Just under 6 minutes of play left in the second half of this game. Again, from my subjective judgment here, I think 2 really evenly matched teams.
Yeah.
And it's been really a story of a couple of moments that Wisconsin was really able to exploit with power jam opportunities enough that they've been able to kind of maintain just enough of a lead for a little while here. Even though Ohio been doing a really excellent job, their jammers killing it this half, taking the majority of the lead calls, but only able to get relatively small point scoring passes. And so chipping away at that lead.
Nobody's
huge.
put up the big number for Ohio yet.
Yeah. Which is, it's just
still
difficult.
some time, but
Yeah.
it's going to require a couple of breaks to go their way here.
Yep. Very strong defense from both teams. So we'll see what Devious can do for Ohio in this jam, and that's going to be Tina for Wisconsin.
TNT to bounce in the infield at the very last second there by Just Crazy. That gives Devious just enough time to get out and pick up lead status for Ohio. TNT coming together with Just Crazy again.
Yep. I truly don't mean to fangirl on the mic, but I am very impressed by Devious's power as a jammer.
Yeah, Devious has shown that skill off all weekend. TNT around on a scoring pass while Devious is locked up in the pack. Many whistles in the pack. 4 points for each team here. Both jammers still running. Karma Sucher to the penalty box.
We got 2 Ohio blockers going to be joining as well.
As well as Just Crazy. Halo Chick coming out of the penalty box now for Ohio.
That did make for a relatively easy scoring pass for TNT. Picked up 4 points. Marone giving the order to call it off. So Ohio with another 4 points at the end, though, before that happens. So I think that was an 8-8 jam.
So it's not quite a palindrome score, 162 to 126.
Just a lot of the same numbers mixed in.
Yeah.
Where's Norb when you need him to do the weird math on the call? The instant, incredible math.
Good. Got to channel his Wisconsin energy here.
Yeah, I just don't have the ability to do numbers like that. So it's always very impressive. So Ohio having a little chat on the sidelines now during their team timeout. Wisconsin hanging out on the track, feeling probably a little bit comfy about this, this lead.
Their last full timeout. They still have the official review at their disposal.
Yep. I would strongly suspect we will see it used.
Yes.
Can't take anything for granted in Derby at this point. I would say that it's a comfortable-ish lead.
Yeah.
But Ohio is certainly not going to go down without a fight.
No. So Coco Sparks returns to the jammer line for Ohio. 3-on-2 pack advantage for Wisconsin.
They have sent Dark Horse, who's had a very good game. Some of the definitely the highest scoring jams of the game scored by Dark Horse.
So blockers retreating to the jammer line. Dark Horse trying to beat Maloik and Family Jewels. Toe stops around the outside, picks up lead for Wisconsin. And Family Jewels to the penalty box now for Ohio.
Have a single blocker on the track. That is not ideal, although that blocker is going to do what she can. You got to give it your all. And fortunately, that is the pivot blocker who's on the track. So looking for a star pass from Coco Sparks right now.
Yeah. So reinforcements are arriving.
Oh, no, but that was a track cut on Coco Sparks as she tried to do the helmet pass.
And so Dark Horse on the power jam with lead status. Wisconsin with a significant pack advantage. This is not what Ohio wanted right now.
No. You got to feel for him.
12 points already for Dark Horse. A 4th scoring pass. Dark Horse cruising around the outside. 16 total.
Both packs at full strength on the track for this. And that looks like the penalty will come to an end. Coco Sparks back on with the star on her hat.
And Coco Sparks stuck behind the tripod of Wisconsin blockers.
Nene also stuck with all 4 Ohio blockers just into turn 3, doing the sled push, trying to get past. Coco Sparks knocked down to the ground by Germs, has to get up and restart just before turn 3. Pack's getting real spread out now, some bridging action going on.
Wild Horse stretches it to its breaking point, breaks through.
2.5 minutes left in the game, and that's going to be a final.
That's a 20-point jam for Dark Horse. And that, I don't know if that seals it for Wisconsin, but that'd be pretty close. Still 2:19 left in the game. Wisconsin leading now 182 to 126.
And Wisconsin will send Dalek to the line with a star. Ohio has Is that Betty TKO?
I believe that is Betty TKO. Dalek exterminates the pack, picks up lead. Betty TKO follows in hot pursuit.
Oh, Dalek knocked to the outside. Very effectively has to recycle back in. Finds. Oh, but it's going to be a track cut. So effectively recycled to the outside that pulls a penalty. We'll have to go to the box. So now Ohio's Betty TKO with a power jam opportunity. Oh, never mind.
The power jam giveth, the power jam taketh away. Betty TKO, a track cut of her own. So that'll put Wisconsin back on the power jam, however briefly.
So Dalek will be the first to come back, but it will not. Yep, and right away. So we'll have both jammers back on the track pretty much instantly here. I think the packs took a second to realize that was going to be the case. And we're like, oh, we need to keep doing what
we'll try this again here.
Yep. Restart.
So Betty TKO completes a scoring pass. That's 4 points for her. Dalek on one skate gets out of the pack.
Oh, another penalty for Betty TKO. Unfortunately, ended up back in the box while Dalek's picking up 4 points here. So now a power jam to Wisconsin, as long as it stays that way. We don't know.
Back-to-back power jams for Wisconsin. Dalek meeting a tripod anchored there by Carmina Pirana and Just Crazy.
See, Betty TKO had picked up at least 4
that was Made in Hell, excuse me. Yeah.
Betty TKO had picked up 4 points before headed to the box. So Dalek's got 4, now 8.
Blockers stationary at the exit of turn 2. And Dalek
big hit to the
planted
outside.
into the referee lane there by Carmina Pirana. And a penalty picked up there by Dalek.
Just wanted to even that out before the end of the jam. He said 2 for each. 2 for each.
All right.
Why not?
So 11-0 for Wisconsin there.
Oh, and that is the end of the game. That's it.
Okay.
I'm surprised Ohio didn't try to sneak in the official
review.
Well,
they didn't have control of the clock there at the end.
Yeah, that's all you can do. So suddenly it's done. That took me by surprise, I will admit. So Wisconsin taking the win, 193 to Ohio's 126 at the end of this action-packed game. And track 2 on day 3 of the Mitten Kitten 10, and we are going to be awarding a best jammer and a MVP in a moment here.
Jam of the game.